Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Daily Energy. The day is Lead You T29 de Morn. Lead You T29 de Morn. It is the 29th day of July. It is a day of awareness, escape, finding, gratitude, karma, justice, and business. Okay, overall, it's the day of business. That's what um, the basis of today is. But notice that I said finding gratitude, karma, and justice and escape. Okay. That's the overall energy that I'm getting. Some things is kind of like a lost and found situation. If it was lost, it will be found. If it was found, I guess you could say it could be lost type of situation, but that's the kind of overall energy that I'm getting is like lost and found energy, like something having to do with airplanes and uh, airplanes, the back end of an airplane or the aft of an airplane being found, or someone being found that was on the back of the airplane on a small island somewhere. It's kind of like the overall energy that I'm getting, but that's I'll talk about that a little bit more in the words of the day. Let's talk about some things that we um, should do today, or that's good for us to do, is lead, empower others, take time for ourselves, provide inspirational services, foster community awareness, because we're stronger to what? We're stronger together. 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 We are stronger together. Okay, take some time to recharge, raise your vibrations, get ready for a new beginning. Now, we are in the waning crescent moon, and so it is a time for you to get rid of the old so you can make room for the new, so to speak. And when I say get really old, I just mean break habits. It's a time for you to break old habits and um and align with that, okay? It's like especially in the regards to uh some of those nagging habits that you've been having for quite some time, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds this month, and you ain't stepped on the scale in weeks. Yeah, oh, I'm deflecting. That's kind of like my issue. Okay, but get ready for a new beginning. Identify illusions and hidden agendas. Find your internal and external peace. Release judgment. Find ways to contribute to the planet. Listen to music, read a book, walk in nature, release perceived imperfections, release sorrow, grief, and regret, release feelings of inadequacy, ground yourself. Now, you may be wondering why you be listening to music and reading a book on a day for business. Don't sound like you're taking care much of business, huh? Because you would think you would be like pay some bills, write some letters, do all of those things too. But this is mainly about you taking care of you because, we've had an active week. And so it's about also about taking care of you. So that time will come. But of course, you want to take care of what you need to take care of when you need to take care of it. Okay. So these are just the overall do's and do nots. You can add your own as we go. Okay, some things we do not want to do today. Do not be insecure. Do not doubt yourself. Do not fear. Do not stress. Do not be lazy. So take care of what you need to take care of. Do not be difficult. Do not expect. Do not be inconsistent. Do not be self sacrificing. Okay, self sacrificing. You matter too. Okay, that's what I mean by self sacrificing. Do not be moody. Do not be biased. Do not limit yourself. And do not conform to your hurt. Do not conform to your hurt. And that's basically saying, you know, uh, it's not about everyone else all the time and what they want. Remember, I told you yesterday about how, I was in a certain religious organization, and, they would basically say, women, not just this one sect, because there was this other sect that they were cooler than a fan. Hearts go out. But then it's that one that says women can't wear makeup, women can't drink coffee, women can't wear pants, women can't go to the movies, women can't paint their car, women can't do this, women can't do that. It's all about being submissive to your husband. Now, granted, I'm not married in the flesh. I'm married in the spirit, okay? But I'm not married in the flesh. Now, when we're talking about in the flesh, God is my husband. I answer to God and God alone, all right? But in the flesh, where my twin shows up and where I'm married, my spiritual husband shows up in the flesh. I am now married in the flesh, and I willingly become submissive to my husband, but not in the way of the world sense. I become spiritually submissive to my husband as I want to support my husband, okay, and not do anything to hinder his shine, okay? But then that goes the same way. He shouldn't do anything to hinder mine either. So, this is me saying this from an unmarried sense in the physical yet. And so, that being said, it's like I get where they were trying to go with the thing. But to say women can't do this, women can't do that, now all of a sudden I'm a slave. Is that what you're trying to tell me to be? Is a slave, I should be like, um, yes or no, sir, to my husband? No, it ain't no use. I'm gonna tell you a story, okay? Okay, because I gotta hurry up. Somebody, one of the guys that we were just friends, and we thought about talking. And he asked me, he said, because he was testing me out and he was feeling me out. He said, if I drop a yellow pencil on the ground and you walking by and I say, pick up that pencil, will you pick up that pencil? I said, well, it just depends. It depends on how you ask me to pick up that pencil. If I'm walking by and you just be like, pick up that pencil, I'm going to look at you like you're crazy and keep on walking. Now, if you say, oh, baby, I dropped my pencil, can you hand it to me, please? Honey, sugar babies, darlings. I'll be like, yeah, baby, what else can I get you? What else can I get you? Is this all you need? Anything else? You want me to rub your shoulder? You want me to rub your feet? What you need? It's your delivery. Okay? You can get the world out of me with the right delivery. With the wrong delivery, baby, you talking to a rebel. You better come correct. Okay? I'm not doing it. But that's the difference. Okay? That's the difference. I respect men as kings, certain men, anyways. I respect men as kings, but I am to be respected as a queen. And a queen does not go down into the pig pen, okay, to dirty up her knees for a pencil, okay? It ain't happening. Uh, mm. But, anyways, so some things that we don't want to do is conform to our hurt. You know, I've done that many, 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 many times. I wanted to people please. And that was to my hurt, you know, because, or seeming hurt, it's seeming hurt. Because, at the end, I get the last laugh, okay? I win at the end, just like you win at the end. So don't worry about all those people that think they done won. Because at the end of the day, you were already a winner the day you were born, chosen. Okay, some things to remember before I go on these tangent babbles. Remember, you are not alone. Remember to be your authentic self. To remember when you expect, you set yourself up. You set yourself up for disappointment when you expect. Remember, you are worth it. Remember to concern yourself with what matters. Remember to ask for help when it is needed. Okay. Remember, meditation calms the overactive mind. Remember to be committed and loyal to what you love. Remember, others cannot fulfill you. There's three things that can fulfill you, and that's belief in something higher than yourself. And if you belief is one thing, knowing is another, okay? But for some of you, just belief start with belief if you don't know, okay? For me, that's God the Father, higher than myself. God the Son, higher than myself, okay? But other than that, that's the belief system here, all right? And so, um, God is what will fulfill you. Your authentic, your authentic, your authentic, Lord, your authentic self is what will fulfill you, and your purpose is what will fulfill you. Anything outside of that will not work, okay? You need all three of those things to fulfill you, okay? Remember, you are beautiful, capable, and special. Remember to allow yourself to be happy. Remember to live and enjoy the journey. Remember, knowledge means change. Some things that we need: we need goals, ambition, focus, talent, opportunity, willingness, dedication, imagination, awareness, high self esteem, confidence, responsibility, which is high self esteem, responsibility, spirituality, motivation, leadership, and community. Okay. um some things, some ways that we want to be today: be giving, be energetic, be positive, be intelligent, be strong, courageous, be a leader, be loving, be nurturing, be loyal, be aware, be grateful, be practical, be cooperative, be analytical, and be lighthearted. Okay, so the words of the day. I told you about this a little bit earlier about some of the words kind of leading to like maybe shipwrecks or airplanes, um lost parts being found. We'll hear this over the news over the next couple of days. If it's not lost parts being found, it's lost people being found. I'm hoping that these people are going to be found alive versus found, okay? Because I'm getting small, uh like small areas, like small airplanes, not small airplanes, small islands, okay? So something's gonna come up significant about a small island, someone being found on a small island. um I'm also getting a story about tunnels and pits, like escape routes, something about tunnels, a tunnel being found underground or something having to do with that. But overall, I get a word called victory. So for some, it might be to their hurt, but for others, it's going to be victorious. So I'm getting with victory showing up. I'm getting that it's going to be happy news. There is something in the energy that talks about behavior, like class. You got lower class, and this could be in dealing with the Hindu, okay, like the lower class Hindu, but lower class, um, and having to do with behavior, and then people trying to correct that behavior because, or trying to teach etiquette because they feel like certain people are lower class, they are foolish, they're silly, um, they're eccentric, and so that's what they're going to try to correct. But here's the thing about that: as long as you're being yourself, rock with it, okay? Now, I would love to learn the etiquette of table etiquette, table manners, okay? I would love to learn that. There's certain things that I will be willing to learn, okay? Because I love learning. And learn is a word of the day, okay? So there's certain things that I want to learn. I like language. I watch everything in a different language. After I somewhat know English, I said, well, let me learn Korean and Spanish. So I've been learning Korean and Spanish. But there's other things that I'm not going to learn. I'm not going to learn um, the way others want me to learn to be the way that they want me to be, because it took me so long to find myself, and it's taking you so long to find yourself. So know the difference between somebody trying to teach you because they want you to gain knowledge, and someone's trying to teach you because they're trying to control you. Control is not a bad thing. You need some kind of control, just like you have to control and maintenance a garden, or the weeds will run wild, right? You need some kind of control, but this is a different kind of control I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who use power, control, and influence to basically go higher up in status while you stay down and low, hungry, naked, cold, confused. All right. And so, yeah, that's not right. Homeless, that's not right. So, if somebody's trying to correct that, but they don't want to give you the means to correct it, that's a problem, okay? Because yeah, that's a problem. All right. So, restore is a word of the day. Did you hear about, man, this burns me up. They keep putting out these bills about, trying to, uh, tell the homeless they can't be in this area, they can't be in that area. That made me so mad in California. I just seen like homeless people just sitting down doing what everybody else had an opportunity to do. If a homeless person goes sit on a bench, they're harassed. But if someone else goes sits on the bench that don't look homeless, you don't go harass them, but you'll go uh harass someone who's tired and hungry and just decides to sit on a bench, ain't bothering nobody, ain't begging for change or nothing, just sitting down to take some rest, and you want to go bother them, okay? And you want to talk about, oh, they can't sleep on the cold concrete, but at the same time you don't want to give them a means to sleep anywhere else. You rather give other people means to sleep over here, except taking care of the people who is here. That's a problem. That's a problem, because we are stronger to what? We are stronger together. And that is going to be your greatest downfall, because you're only as strong as your weakest link. And so, how you treat what your seemingly weakest link is how you're going to be treated. Understand that. Understand that. Because if you were to give, there are so many brilliant people out here on these streets. They just had a like a traumatic time. People turned their backs on some of them because of whatever their preferences was, whether it was a relationship preference, whether it was a career preference. People have turned their backs on them, and they said, you've lost your way, I gotta go. So that's a problem. All right, because you are one experience away from the reality of their life being the reality of your life. One experience away. That's the only difference between you and them. The difference between you and them is, some of you had two parents in the home, and they didn't have none. They didn't have nobody. That's the difference. The difference is you had money for a good education, but for them, they had to find books out the garbage. For you had food to eat that kept your mind to where you could think straight, but they couldn't think straight because they didn't even have food. They didn't even have sleep. And when people can't sleep, and they can't eat, they can't concentrate, and they can't focus. So when that time comes, you are going to be at a world of hurt, because all of these other countries, the ones that are a real threat here, is that, granted, some of them treat the homeless worse than we do here, but on the flip side is that they unite in different ways than we do here. You have to unite. You have to become one. That is the only way you're going to make it. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, Pacific Islander, blue, green, or red. You have to unite and become one and get your mind right. Focus on what matters, because we are stronger together. Okay? We are stronger together. All right. So, um, dark and jealousy, hesitant. All right, dark jealousy, hesitant. A lot of times, what's really going on is people are dark. We're dealing with dark energies. So that's the problem. We're dealing with evil energies that's manipulating the world, and the world can't see it because half the world don't believe it. Okay, and that's fine. And then there's the other side of things, is jealousy. They're jealous of your inheritance. They know what's going to happen, and they're jealous of that. And so they're trying to stop what is prophesied to happen from happening, as if they could. Because I don't care what you do, it's just like when you hold that water back, and it just starts to build up and build up and build up and build up, and all of a sudden that pressure just explodes. Okay. um so, hesitant, some people might be hesitant to do something, hesitant to believe something, hesitant to go places. Listen to your gut always. And then we have administer. Administer is a word of the day. So, administer, we may see people doing some applications, people speaking, administering different stuff. We have restore. So there is a call to restore order. Okay. We have audit. Now, audit is a word of the day, and the reason why audit is a word of the day is because audit is a word of the day because, the energy says that there might be a situation to where there's going to be a lot of auditing, whether it's taxes, um whether it's well, just some kind of financial audit. Okay, maybe you need to audit yourself or your behavior. Okay, Fuji is a word. It could be the Fuji's, something significant about the Fuji, something significant about apples, something significant about refugees, because we're getting like tunnels. Tunnel is a word of the day, so we might find a bunch of refugees in some tunnels or something. Okay. Lower, talked about lower, Hindu class, silly, foolish, eccentric, correct. um Etiquette, rock. Okay, something significant about a rock. Oh, it could be my buddy the rock, and it's better be some good energy. I'm only sending my friend some good energy. He don't know me, but I always say that my friend, child. Etiquette. Okay. Familiar. Okay, familiar. So something might be familiar, or we're talking about familiar spirits, something familiar. If it's familiar spirits, then that familiar spirit is a passed on loved one. And so you might experience some supernatural paranormal activity. Like yesterday, I felt somebody standing behind me. Okay. Decree, speaking a thing. I decree a thing. I decree that this world is going to get it together. Decree is a command. So I'm commanding you, this world, to get it together. Okay. Tunnel, passage. So tunnel, passage, pit. Something about Kenya might come up. This could be uh, so a person named Kenya, or this could be actually the place called Kenya. All right, something about Kenya might come up, maybe a passage, maybe a tunnel, um, maybe something that that they get the victory on, something about a dance, maybe a new king or a new queen in Kenya or something, because we have the word crown. Okay, extend. Maybe they're extending something. Maybe they're extending territory. Something about extend. Maybe they're extending a hand. But something's going to come up political about Kenya and having to do with the royals there. Okay, with crown, a fad. Something about fad. Fad is a like a trend. So maybe a new trend starts coming up. Spike aircraft. So spike, when it comes down to pit and spike, you know those old school pits where there are spikes at the bottom. Um, it might be something with that. I really, when I think of spike, I think of skewers. Okay, so I'm not sure of what that is significant of, other than when I was telling you about the boat situation and how I keep seeing like this boat, and I feel like it ends up like piercing somebody, like it like runs over somebody, and maybe that's like a spike there. Aircraft, we talked about that. The tail end of the aircraft. Now here's the thing: we got fat and we got fit. All right, fat and we got fit. Okay, so this is the battle of the fat fit that we're going to be seeing coming in over the next few days in the news, and so on and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, the thing with the fat fit is some people are going to go from fat to fit. And the reason why is because it's the waning crescent moon. So it's a day or a week, so to speak, to break away from old habits. Uh-huh. So, yeah, I'm still on that. I'm going to lose that 10 pounds for me, not for anybody else, you know. For me, like, I love myself. I really do. And I'm patient with myself. And so I encourage you to love yourself and be patient with yourself. There are people who are mean, rude, and nasty, and they don't realize that that doesn't help. You already know what you need to do for you. Okay, that's how you know it's the enemy, when people are rude, mean, and nasty, and you have already set in your mind, I'm gonna do this for me. And the more they do that, the more depressed you get. No, we rebuke that in the name of the one you call Jesus. Yes, we do. All right, then we have DUI. DUI is a word of the day. DUI, there's going to be a lot of drinking and driving. Um, Today and tomorrow, okay? And so, or somebody just got a DUI. So that's going to come up. There might be some new rules and regulations about what happens when people get DUIs. That comes up in the news. We have aid, whoever that is, this big thing that ends up happening. Maybe it's about volcanoes, maybe it's about the fires, maybe it's about the hurricanes. We see people getting the aid that they need. Midwife is significant. Tad, a little bit. Nine, the number nine is significant. Small island, I told you about that. Seafood comes up. Yes, the yes, you might get your yes. Advertise, it is a time to advertise. Games, something significant about games. Instinct, okay? Run when you need to run, go when you need to go. When you get that feeling, just make sure you know, okay? It's not play. Location, identity, and thanks. Okay, location and identity. Some people might be found. That's what I'm talking about. Like, they might be identifying bodies or locating bodies, or something about location identity having to do with maybe that aircraft, or maybe that tunnel, you know, the group of refugees, you know, or maybe someone shows gratitude and thanks on a you know, a massive level for the aid and assistance that they have been getting. Okay, so the journal prompt is I break. The affirmation is I break the habits that try to break me. I break the habits that tries to break me. It is the waning crescent moon. By the emo check is by challenging the status quo, one can discover new opportunities and approaches that may have been overlooked otherwise. Breaking away from the norm also allows one to express their individuality. Take some time to reflect, cleanse, and break away from the old habits. Some things that you may witness something something not normal, so that means you may witness something abnormal. You may think about um, business. You may feel like helping others. You may inspire or be inspired. You may witness karma. You may want to like take care of your bills and stuff today. It is the day to watch, listen, learn, and apply. I love you so much. Good bless on y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves and each other. Let's see. You get a heart, you get a heart, you get a heart. Hearts go out. Hearts go out.